morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are, and welcome to another NerdTube review of Titans Season 4, Episode 10. Game over, man! Game over!
Yeah. I
What
remember
an
now.
interesting episode we had here, Zam. What are your overall thoughts? We'll just jump right into it.
I actually, I thought this might have been a good episode, but then I dozed off watching it, and I had to maybe go back half an hour just to miss all the bits. I was like fighting my sleep. You know me. Recently, I'm falling asleep over everything. I'm like fighting it, but the sleep just won. And next thing you know, I see Mother Mayhem waking up from the dead. I was like, all right, time to get back. It's time to scroll back 30 minutes and see what I missed. And I thought this might have ended up being a good episode, but it ended up making me head scratch. It's like, what the fuck? Why is all this happening? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that?
I,
What's the
I,
whole point and everything? Like, it's just so fucking stupid.
I think this episode
Yeah,
was let's let Brother Blood fly on his own, watch him fail, and then he has to lean back on Mother Mayhem. You know what I mean? Like he kind of has to fly and fail, and then he has to go back to Mother Mayhem.
yeah, but it's not just that. There's other elements like with the Doom Patrol scenes, like he turns into an amoeba or something. Beast Boy does, and he gets Cyborg to shoot at him, and then somehow they escape. Corey and Garth escape, but the other Doom Patrol members are not with them. Like,
Yeah, I mean
yeah,
it, it, that is definitely a Doom Patrol esque thing. The Doom Patrol parts of this episode were definitely very Doom Patrol, so I can't really fault it. At least it's true to form. It was fun to kind of see Beast Boy and Cyborg meet in live action finally, because they never really. Uh,
greetings.
yes, and greetings to you, Daniel Vance Folk. Um, but yeah, the Doom Patrol stuff was kind of fun, but out of place in my opinion. Like if this was kind of maybe in the beginning of the season, or maybe I don't know. I just the Doom Patrol stuff just did seem a little bit of randomness to me. But I did enjoy it. I enjoyed seeing the Doom Patrol characters again. Um, them being trapped inside, I
I'll
guess
tell you this.
the mansion. I
I'll
guess.
tell you what you know. What I was getting the vibes of though was was Connor Luther, like him being this bold young kingpin kind of reminded me of wow, this could be a Wilson Fisk fucking prequel story going on here. You know what I mean? Because I was getting that vibe because Wilson Fisk is a very very strong, intelligent man, and Connor was coming off as quite a strong, intelligent man himself, but obviously a lot younger. And being bold and all of that, and very powerful people. You could easily see in the future, maybe Marvel might want to do a Wilson Fisk, rise to power type thing going on here. I wouldn't mind that. That's the
With
vibe
that
I was getting.
actor,
Well, I mean, not necessarily. I mean, I'll be honest with you. He could do it if you think about it, but I wouldn't want it now because it's it resembles it right now. It's resembling Kingpin. So it'll be weird that this actor who Superman ends up playing fucking a young Wilson Fisk in the Marvel universe. I'm not, but I could see that this actor being um, a young, slim, good-looking guy, and just naturally strong and whatever. And yeah, doing Patrol crossover that alone makes this episode worth watching.
I mean, I wouldn't expect the Doom Patrol stuff to matter too much, but it's definitely in there, and it's definitely Doom Patrol. Like, if you like Doom Patrol, the show, you'll like these scenes. That for sure. Especially if you want to see them kind of interact with Beast Boy again. And then he also says Fisk is supposed to be a big baddie in the next Spider-Man movie. Which, yep. I mean, that's it. I mean, Vincent D'Onofrio is currently the Kingpin in the MCU, according to Hawkeye. Um, so yeah, so I mean that I don't think that's actually going to happen.
I just never really felt. I felt he was very underpowered physically. Like Wilson Fisk is a fucking strong guy. Like the way he's portrayed in the comics, like this guy is fuck, and he's almost like he's like pure muscle, and he might look bulky, but he's pure like sort of like this fat, bulky muscle, sumo wrestle trained and everything. Very, if he's like physically tough, he's like a tank of a human. What I mean? And I really felt that even though I felt that he was very menacing and almost like a nutcase in the Netflix, but I never really felt that he was as strong as he should have been. I mean, there were
I
some
mean,
moments of strength. Like there was a couple of when he got off the table and the handcuffs broke and he started beating up the Punisher and but there was that moment when he was in that car and he was trying to break the handcuffs and he's pulling on it and I just felt this is before he was saved by Bullseye and I just thought he should have pulled off those handcuffs a lot easier than he did. You
well, I
know,
mean,
um,
yeah, but I mean, technically, Wilson Fisk is not he's not a super powered individual. I get what you're saying, and Hawkeye did do a bit in the way of showing his strength because he manhandled Kate Bishop. You know what I mean? Like she was a rag doll at certain points, and he got hit by a truck or a car. I think it was
I look I put him in the same sort of caliber as Captain America. That
but
sort of
still
level
Captain
of
America's
power.
enhanced, so
Yeah,
Kingpin is
but
not.
it depends on how you want to portray him. You know what I mean? Because like Kingpin, even though we know a lot about him to a degree, we don't know if the guy was ever enhanced in other ways. Like he might have done steroids or whatever to get as strong as he has, and they could always make him that way. They could always create a storyline for him that he was somehow enhanced in a way, which is why he's so like incredibly strong. But yeah,
Okay,
nevertheless, we're kind of like we're really
we're
tangenting
5 minutes in and we're tangenting. Okay,
yeah,
so I mean,
yeah,
but yeah, I mean, going back to the Connor thing, I mean, it was very interesting to see Connor kind of lean into the Lutherism of himself. Um, I was kind of getting interested in that aspect of it. But then by the end of the episode, he kind of let his superhero, his Kal-El side kind of take back over because in
he
the
was like playing
long
some long
run,
con. He was like, was he playing some sort of long con all
no,
this time, or did
I
he
think
end up
he
seeing the light?
realized I think he realized he made a mistake when Brother Blood took over the game and like made it into this thing. And so that's why he sabotaged it. But I think
It's just personality wise as well. Sorry for interrupting. Like 1 minute we're talking about this young naive kid who doesn't know fuck all. Next thing you know, he's the guy who's going to be taking over LexCorp, and he's all of a sudden grown this sort of like this intelligence of being this corporate shark, so to speak. And it just felt very unnatural.
I don't
You
know.
know,
I feel like he got duped by Brother Blood pretty quick. Like I feel like he got duped pretty well by Sebastian. So I don't feel like he's as smart as he's leading on, or maybe conniving, maybe like Luther. Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
exactly, conniving, yeah, for sure,
But
yeah.
I feel like still like even towards the end of the episode they said, "Oh, bro, I think whoever's at LexCorp, which they knew it was Connor, whoever's at LexCorp is a friend." Because by the end, his Superman side came out and he stopped Brother Blood when he realized what he was doing. I feel like Connor was trying to save the world in his own way. Like, and then he realized as soon as Sebastian took advantage of that and he got took advantage of, then he was like, okay, I guess I went about this the wrong way. And then he kind of, let the Titans take care of it. You know what I mean?
I was getting some Star Trek vibes as well. That episode with Will Wheaton with that game, and everyone got hooked on it,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
it,
yeah.
ended up having Data. He had to try and revitalize Data to get everyone off the game and stuff like that, because Data would not get hooked because he's an android. Um, I was getting that vibe. I'm not sure if you got that vibe too.
Not really, not until you said that, but I mean, it makes sense. I was more thinking of, what's it called? Control in season 2 of Discovery. Wasn't that what it was called? Control. The
I can't
AI that was kind of
remember.
like taking over people with nanites and crap like that, like that kind of bullshit.
Yeah, but that's not a game, is it?
No, it's not a game, but I still got
Yeah.
those vibes from like, it's fine. But yeah. Um so one of the other more interesting aspects of this episode is Sebastian, speaking of him, killed Mother Mayhem, killed his mom technically, like in the beginning.
Well, I'm thinking to myself, I've seen this woman go through so much shit this season, and all of a sudden it takes her being burnt alive to kill her. I mean, come on, are you serious? And I'm very happy that she didn't die like that by the end of the episode. But initially, I was like, I can't Adam and Eve this. Like she's been. This is how like they've come at her with all types of shit this season, and this is how she's gonna die. Like no, no, no. And I'm glad that wasn't the case. I almost feel that she was testing him.
I mean, maybe this was like maybe this was the test, and she knew she would be coming back. You know what I mean? Like
Like
I
some
don't know.
sort of Sith Lord type of test. Like you have to be willing to sacrifice your own mother. You know, because we're evil. You
Yeah,
know, so that's what you
yeah,
got to
something
do.
like
Yeah.
that. I no, that's kind of what it is. Yeah, I agree. So I don't know. I mean, I as I said, I feel like Connor was trying to stop Sebastian in his own way, in his own Luther-esque way. But I mean, we all knew how this was going to end. This was either going to end by Connor being duped, and like the whole, which honestly I thought this was going to be the end game, because only got 2 episodes left. I think maybe 3, but I think it's
Thank
2 episodes.
God.
We've only got two
Yeah.
episodes left, so I thought this was going to be the end game. Like he's going to literally use the game to like get all of these people to build up his power, and then the last 2 episodes were going to be full on brother blood, you know, end of day scenario with the Titans versus brother blood. And like by the end, we're back at square one. Even actually, we're even like -1, because technically, Sebastian has lost his link with Rachel and Trigon's powers. So, and his
Yeah.
game. So
Who?
it's like,
Who? So that was the best. Like that bullshit. You know, in the in that warehouse or wherever the fuck. You know, with that witch there, like pouring cocaine all over the fucking place, and she's talking in a different language, like maybe Latin or something. And then she makes Rachel lie down in the circle, and they revitalize this like zombie looking Joker,
it
but
looked
it
like
looks a lot like
Morbius to me. I thought Morbius when I saw it. Like,
but it looked like Sebastian as well. Was it
I,
Sebastian?
I think it might have been the actor who plays Sebastian, but he obviously had that like vampire look to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm not
But
100% that was
I'm
him, but
watching all of this. I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on? And like, and I'm still trying to make myself understand why Connor is making a deal with the devil. Like to release a video game, and does he know that this video game is gonna be there to kill everyone for some bizarre reason?
well, he
Or
didn't
why
know that.
Sebastian?
As I said, he wanted to stop Sebastian in his own way. So he was trying to entice Sebastian to do the game do what he wanted to, rather than listening to Mother Mayhem. And as I said, I mean, this is kind of the whole test of the birdies or whatever, where it's like Mother Mayhem lets him fly on his own. He has to fail, and then he has to go back to Mother Mayhem and Trigon. So
Yeah, it was just like all of this is like very convoluted. You know, like the thing with Doom Patrol as well. Like
I
they're in a house, and like it's a jungle house, and it's to do with
look,
it's
I
to
got
do with
Jumanji vibes. That's what I got.
yeah, me too. Now you mention it, and then fucking Corey comes through the door, and they
Or that
can't
episode of
escape.
Strange New Worlds where they were inside the whole ship was turned into like the fantasy land or whatever. Like I got those vibes too, like with the shrubbery and everything everywhere.
And they start fucking playing tennis and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then
I
we
did.
get the fucking trash compactor scene from fucking Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As I said,
like fuck
the Doom
yeah.
Patrol stuff was very Doom Patrolling, and that's kind of what it is. And Daniel Vance is 100% correct. He even says I'd expect it to be convoluted with the Doom if the Doom Patrol is involved. Yes, it is very
It was
convoluted.
yeah, but it wasn't convoluted just because of the Doom. I mean, it was convoluted with scenes that had nothing to do with them. Which made you forget that they were in the fucking episode. You know, I just like I said, the moment they escaped that room, and booyah, and he shoots this spot where apparently they could escape from. None of that made any sense. And like I said, you only see Sebastian, you only see Garth and and Corey, and not the rest of. Why is the rest of Doom Patrol not with them? Like at this particular moment, it's all full on team up, crossover team up. Why aren't they with them? It makes no sense. It's just, it just. I mean, it just. I fucking hate this show. I really do. I'm so happy. I've never been so happy for a show to be cancelled as much as I am with this one, because it everything about this is fucking stupid. It's not. I've been. I'll mention this again. I've mentioned this in previous reviews. I'll mention it again. I have been off this season. The moment I found out they killed off Lex Luthor, this season has not done it for me. That's one of the biggest, travesties you could have done with this show, and it's just it's just all over the place. It's such a hot mess. It really is. The things with Garth as well now being the supreme being. You know what I mean? He's like a fucking, you know, he's like top tier now all of a sudden. It's too bad Titans never found its footing. It tried so hard to stay on the rails, Daniel once says. Is even before this season, like you got Connor calling himself Connor Luthor. I mean, do they know that he is Superman's son and he's calling himself Connor Kent? So are they able to relate that to Clark Kent? Is he still keeping his secret identity as Clark Kent, or is he no longer keeping his secret identity anymore? And I've already talked about secret identities. The only person who keeps it amongst the Titans is fucking Dick Grayson, but he hangs around the Titans whether he's dressed up as Nightwing or not. So it wouldn't take a fucking genius to realize that he's Nightwing, just by looking at him. this is so fucking stupid, man. This is such a stupid show. Like, I can't believe that we were duped into watching this for 4 fucking seasons, Gio. You know what I mean?
Season 2, to me, season 2 was great. It's almost like the Arrow. It's the Arrow thing. See, for me, season 2 was great. Just like Arrow, season 2 of Arrow was fantastic. Season 2 of Titans was great. Season 3 was almost as good. I feel like it did some things wrong, but I felt like it did okay. This season, it's really just kind of fallen off the rails. And,
they make Jonathan Crane way too like moustache twirling villain sort of bad guy, and I know he's an intelligent man who's off his rail. He is like, in Gotham, you never trust a fucking psychiatrist. With all the psychiatrists in Gotham, whether it be him or fucking Harleen Quinzel or fucking or Hugo Strange, they're all fucking nuts. So you don't trust them. You know what I mean? But still, he came across it more smarter than he should have. He seemed to be one too many steps ahead than he should have. And he survives a lot longer than he should have as well. It should have been about the Red Hood. It should have been about the Red Hood, and it wasn't enough about the Red Hood, and that pissed me off.
I mean, I didn't mind Jonathan Crane was in it, but you're right. It shouldn't have been about Jonathan Crane. It should have been about the Red Hood at the end of the day.
Yeah, keep Jonathan Crane as a fucking Hannibal Lecter type character. Great, fair enough. You could do that, you know what I mean? But it should have been totally about the Red Hood. And maybe
I don't disagree with you there.
Jonathan Crane escaping or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, in season 3, as I said, it did some things wrong. I'm not saying it was perfect. I thought season 2 was better, but season 3, yeah. But I mean, this season it is kind of really off the rails. But
I just don't know what the fuck is going. I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together. There's so many fallacies and so many scenarios and situations that are bugging me regarding how the story is all going. Like one minute, like Rachel's fucking almost getting killed by a fucking zombie Joker, and next minute she's in Star Labs talking to Tim Drake. Like, how the fuck did she get there so quickly? You know what I mean? It's like, I know she can do magic, but that's ridiculous. And then obviously we sacrifice poor old fucking Tim's boyfriend. He gets thrown on the chopping block. Bernard, yeah. He gets thrown on the chopping block. Like,
well, and that's actually another interesting point I'm going to bring up is because there is footage in one of the trailers of Jason Todd training with Tim Drake. So we still have a Jason Todd return coming.
I wish you never told me that. You
Oh,
spoiled it for me.
oh, sorry. Well,
It's
but
okay.
that's
It's okay. I forgive you. But this shit, the show's so fucking shit. Yeah, I forgive you.
but yeah, I mean, it's still, I mean, so I still, I don't know. I mean, I'm sad that we're going to finally get our Tim Drake Robin, and it's going to be 2 episodes, if that, like, as next episode. Yeah, there's only 12 episodes this season.
Well,
So,
if this show didn't get cancelled, then they might have been preparing for him to be Tim Drake, Robin in the following season. But that's
well,
never
they've
going to
already
happen
shown him in
now.
the costume and all the
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
but I mean,
promo
obviously they're
stuff.
going to give you, they're going to give you the, like a taster by the end of the season, and then it'll be it's a bit like
Season 2.
what's his name, a bit like Roy from fucking season 2 of Arrow. Like you saw him becoming the Red Arrow, and then by season 3 he was properly the Red Arrow.
Well, that's
Um,
like Nightwing in season 2. Think about it. The entirety of season 2, he was not Robin, he was not Nightwing. It was
yeah,
the last
exactly.
episode of season 2 that he became Nightwing.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll be honest with you, there's nothing this season, nothing this season that has made me think to myself, yeah, Tim, you're ready to be Robin now. 'Cause
No, really, it really has not. He's
he-
done a little bit of training with Connor, and he's done a little bit of
yeah,
training with Bernard or what with the tech stuff. But you're right. Like there's nothing that really makes me think,
yeah,
yeah, you're
yeah.
ready,
We're gonna
Tim.
make you fight. Yeah, to fight bad guys who want to kill you. Yeah,
Yeah.
multiple at the same time. Yeah, you need to be able to take on 5 or 6 guys on your own. Yeah, right. No, there's no fucking
Here's
chance
how
of
I
that
would have
happening.
done it is I would have kind of, instead of doing that stupid like that stupid Magic Town episode, when they go into the red, I would have taken everybody into like their own little personal dimensions, and then I would have had like, yeah, have Dick and Corey deal with their will they won't they bullshit, whatever, that's fine, and like in the second episode after the return, let them deal with that bullshit. I feel like Tim should have gone and like met with Jason Todd in the red, like not I actually Jason Todd, but like a man of like, and then he like trained with him for like a long time because like the whole multiverse and like dimensional dilation or whatever. We'll make something up, so that he actually gets like several months of training out of uh version of Jason Todd or whatever, and then he comes back and he's like, I'm ready, like and then he let's say he fights Dick and almost beats him, and so Dick's like, oh, okay, well, I guess you are kind of ready. Like that's an easy fast track way to make him Robin, you know what I mean? But no, right now it's like I feel like, yeah, like we need a whole season break in order to feel that Tim is ready to be Robin and fight criminals.
Yep, exactly. And there were some people he might have been able to fight in season 3 who were causing his family a lot of problems, but we're never going to get to that now.
Well,
It's just so weird that we got this guy who's absolutely fucking useless hanging around fucking superheroes. Like he doesn't feel warranted to hang around with these guys because he's got no fucking skills.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like his mom is Asian. Like you could have had some kind of like jujitsu or some kind of background in some kind of martial arts to at least give him a baseline. Like he wouldn't be like the best at martial arts, but he would definitely have like some kind of like fighting acumen instead of just being this nerd like us. Like it's like if we became Robin.
Yep.
Like like it just makes
Let
no
me
sense.
let me quickly respond here to Ryan. Here to lurk on another thing I haven't watched, so no need to highlight this comment. Move along. Now, listen, mate, I will highlight it because I want to say how fortunate you are, because you are very fortunate because we've started, so we have to finish this, and we've almost finished this. But without a doubt, season 4 of Titans has warranted the one thing that we don't necessarily justify in television shows: cancellation. It really has. This show is so fucking shit, and we're just watching it for the sake of it. because it's it's good for our channel and people do watch this bullshit. But honestly, that's what it is right now. It is bullshit, and it will not be missed. Unfortunately, it's a shame. Don't get me wrong. It's not like we want shows to falter, but where the show's at this moment in time, it won't be fucking missed.
I would
Not
say, Ryan, I would
whatsoever.
say no. I don't think it's worth a hate watch. Like it's
I
not
hate
worth a
watch.
hate watch. It's just like it's just bad. I don't know. I mean,
Hate watch. This is a television series, not a fucking movie. You can hate watch a movie, no problem, but a television series, then you're leading yourself to suicide, mate. And I wouldn't want to do that to you. I really wouldn't. We've been very fortunate to a degree to watch the show when it was a little bit more interesting and a little bit edgy. But now it's this fucking hot mess. It really is a hot fucking mess. And they're going down, they're doing things in this show that is, is, is just not right. And I'm going to spoil it for you right now. They killed Lex Luthor in the first episode of season 4. Something that I'm finding very hard to get over. I don't think anybody's finding it more hard to get over than I am. You don't kill off one of the biggest, greatest bad guys in super villain history in the first episode of a new season. You know what I mean? What the fuck are you doing? And then they give us this fucking Z-list fucking villain that hardly anybody's ever heard of as an alternative. Oh, it was just such a stupid move by the writers. Such a stupid move, you know. Um, we need sorry, let me read what he says here again. We need new shows to fill the loss of Mandalorian and Star Trek. Keep an eye on Silo coming May the 5th. Well, I am reviewing Ted Lasso, and that is getting this channel some views. Unless they go Brainiac. Brainiac is, even though he is a Superman villain, he
I don't think
is
he's equipped for like I don't think he would mesh well with the Titans. I think he's too big of a villain for the Titans, in my opinion.
he's Justice League level.
Yeah,
I mean,
and somehow
yeah,
you would have to nerf the
yeah.
Justice League in order to do Brainiac.
If you're gonna use a Superman villain, I'll use someone like Parasite. Um, that would be a decent villain for. It'll be very. I've always found Parasite to be the villain that is very difficult to deal with because you can't touch him. You know, and you'll take all your powers at the same time. He's uncontrollable. So, and like not only does he drain your powers, he can drain your life. He takes your life essence pretty much. So that would be a good. And that would work for a show like this. But Brainiac's just too. Brainiac is in the same sort of league as fucking Doomsday and what's his face? God,
Lex
the Laser
Luthor,
Eyes. No, Laser Eyes. Um,
Cyclops.
no, the guy in
Oh,
fucking in
not Doomsday. Dark Side.
Dark Side. Yeah, those are like top tier.
It's
And
actually
Lex
really funny
Luthor's top
because
tier as well.
Trigon is technically on that level too, but they always have that connection because of Raven.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, like Lex Luthor is top tier villain as well, but he's somebody who could go up against the Titans in his own unique way because he's not like extraterrestrial and stuff. He's a grounded top tier super villain. I mean, you can be top tier super villains without being this threat to Earth because someone like Lex Luthor wouldn't want to destroy Earth. He lives on fucking Earth. That's his planet. That's
Hmm.
not his. That's not. I mean, there are villains out there who don't want to fucking destroy the planet, and Lex Luthor definitely is one of those villains. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah, but where you have like
yeah,
Darkseid and you have Brainiac who either want to
yeah,
conquer or destroy the Earth. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
really Brainiac and Darkseid and then like those are definitely villains that are like Justice League tier. I mean, yeah.
And like because like Lex Luthor is like one of his goals is the fact that he doesn't believe there should be people on Earth who are like gods, because in a way he almost feels inferior because his money was his power, and now in a way that when he comes across people like Superman, it ruffles his feathers because here's somebody who can't be bought and is indestructible, and that's what makes Lex Luthor in a way such a intriguing character, because he's having to deal with somebody who is very different to the people he usually deals with, and obviously he doesn't like the fact that there's supreme beings on Earth. He doesn't, in some uh, versions of Lex Luthor, he's very much going down that path. He doesn't want there to be superpowered beings on Earth. He wants to eradicate them all. Anyway, once again, tangent station.
Yeah,
I
but
do
at least it's on
apologize.
DC this time.
Yeah,
Last time we were talking about Marvel, and
yeah, but
so at least we're
overall,
talking. I don't know. I
so
mean,
like Mother May,
we've kind of hit the points of the episode. So I mean, it's just like I don't know.
like Mother Mayhem's back. So she either was faking her death, or she was just out for a little while. And she's coming back, and
well, they just nerfed her
at the
for an
same,
episode, and that was it. Like
and why was Sebastian trying to kill everyone using a video game?
he was trying to like it's what Brother Blood does. He draws like he was using the magic to use the game to like take all their life essence or whatever, some bullshit like that. I don't know. I don't know. But Ryan says not this show, but y'all hear about Deceased. I'm guessing that's a DC comic, maybe.
Yeah,
Wotan would be a great Titans villain, magic-based, power-stealing, reincarnation, master of hand and hand-to-hand combat. Basically, everything the Titans have, she has. Sounds like a good villain.
kind of like Shang-Chi.
Well, a little bit, except for the the power-stealing reincarnation bit.
So,
But
so Ryan says yes. It's
so it's probably just it's
what
probably a new DC comic thing.
is it like? Is it something saying how shit DC's become, or is it something to do with? Is that some sort of comic book story regarding DC? I mean, where's it going?
That's what I'm checking out right
Yeah,
now.
we don't mind the tangents. We've pretty much covered all the bases of this episode.
Yeah, I
This
mean,
episode
really,
has some Doom Patrol in it. It didn't really lead to much. We got
it
we've
looks like
got Beast
it
Boy
almost
now.
looks like it's DC zombies instead of like Marvel
Oh
zombies.
my god, DC zombies, please. But yeah, with this show now, like Beast Boy's become some sort of like super powered fucking god tier level fucking geezer who has yet to realize his full potential. Um, it's just crazy. Rachel herself has been nerfed. Lex Luthor, so Connor Luthor, because he's no longer Connor Kent anymore. He's Connor Luthor. He's kind of been nerfed by ousting him and keeping him on the sidelines and not using him. There's times when he's like, I'm thinking to myself, you don't need anybody else but Connor. Like, you're in this fight. He can, you're fighting all these fucking zombies and shit. You can beat the fuck out of all of them. Remember that episode where they were beating up fighting the zombies,
Mhm.
and they were just people under mind control, and then you got the Titans killing them when they
I
were
don't think
just
they were
maybe
killing
regular.
them.
No, I think one of them got decapitated. Remember?
Oh, yeah, but I think those guys. I thought, that they were. Oh, this came out in
A whole bunch of
2009
them.
or 2019.
It's a very
Deceased.
good story, actually. Basically, zombies,
It
but
looks
it
like
gets
DC
gets
zombies,
huge. I
but
mean, really, he's okay.
well, instead of calling them zombies, they call them anti-life. So that's
Oh God.
what it looks like.
Oh God. Oh.
Oh, they call it the
He's like,
anti-life equation. It is okay. So
well, the thing with zombies, zombie films and zombie shows and stuff, is that they have, apart from one, they don't know what term to use to call zombies because they never come across them, and in their fiction and their entertainment, there's no such thing as zombies either. So the first time they see them or even know anything about them is in real life. They haven't had any chance to define what a zombie is by seeing them in fiction or anything like that, except for the movie World War Z, where they used the term zombies to describe what the fuck was going on with those people. That's the movie with Brad Pitt. So yeah. But okay. Maybe we should mark this bullshit.
Daniel Vance just sent a article about the DC animated movie. It's not a series. Yeah, it's not an animated series. It looks like there's a DC animated movie coming out called Justice League War Worlds. It's a
Jensen
part of the
Ackles.
Tomorrowverse, which is the new kind of universe. Which is kind
Is
of
it
like
animated?
yeah, it's the animated movies. Like, some of the animated
No,
movies are a part of what's called the Tomorrowverse now. Like Apocalypse War ended kind of like the New 52 version of the animated movies. Um
I think. I mean, it's hard to keep up with them now. I
I know.
need to
If Ginger
play
Greek was
catch
here,
up again.
he'd understand. So it's okay. You don't have to understand. You don't watch I don't think you watch many of the animated movies, so
I've watched a fair few of them. I mean, I kind
yeah.
of started with things like Attack, Assault on Arkham and Flashpoint and
That's a
stuff like that. And
Okay, Flashpoint counts. Assault on Arkham does not. Assault on Arkham was its own thing, and it was stupid in my opinion. But
really, I mean, that
I
started the
hate
whole
I
Suicide
hated
Squad
that one.
genre and all
No,
of that.
I hated that one.
That for me made sense why you would have a crazy, useless bitch like fucking Harley Quinn in your Suicide Squad team when you're assaulting Arkham, because Arkham had Harley as one of its representatives, one of its doctors, um,
Yeah,
when
but
she
it's like the
before she
exact
went
same stuff that
crazy.
happens in Arkham Asylum happens basically in like all the inmates get out and everything goes to shit and Batman has to like get things done. Like they basically did Arkham the prequel, but it's like the same thing almost. Like instead it's focused on the Suicide Squad instead of Batman, but Batman was still there. So I don't know. I thought it was pretty dumb. I did not like
Yeah,
that.
what was he was alright, by the way. Like it was okay. Like it's one of those. It's a bit like 28 Days Later. Like you got Fast Zombies, and I'll tell you what else has Fast Zombies is Last of Us as well. Fast Zombies are the worst. Like no, I'm not saying it like they're the worst regarding watching it. I'm fine with that, but when you have your works of fiction and you got Fast Zombies, my goodness. I remember have you ever seen 28 Days Later? Like,
No, I know of it, but I've never watched. You know me, I don't watch those movies.
Killian Murphy's in it, who's in Peaky Blinders, and like he wakes up in hospital, and like whole of London's deserted. He's walking around London. There's nobody there. Like, where the fuck is everyone? And then like there's some zombies eating. Like he shouts out, and there's some zombies, and then like they just like they're eating somebody or something. You can't really tell it's a distance, but then they just pop their head up like that, and then they see him. Like they're like fucking meerkats. They pop their head up and they see Killian Murphy's character, and then they start running towards him. You know what I mean? And you think, shit, these guys are fast. They're running. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it doesn't make me want to watch it.
It's frightening. You know what I mean? Laugh out loud where deceased gets, fast zombies are nothing. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. So, are we doing a poll on this? Are we doing?
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
So, I'm going to ask you first. Then, what are you going to give
Why?
this
I'm the
episode
host.
out of 10?
I'm asking you first.
Fine. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 10.
Okay. I was gonna give it a 4. It is. It's definitely going downhill. I'm hoping they can stick the landing in the next 2 episodes,
Well,
but this
it
this
got
whole
one
second
better
half has
than
just been a
last week.
cluster.
Yeah, like the gap between like the mid-season break was just way too long. Like it's a
I don't
mid.
even think. I don't even think if
Mid
there wasn't a mid-season break, I still don't think it would have saved it. I still think that this
yeah,
is.
no, I agree, but one thing I hate about mid-season breaks is that this is not the end of the season. This is the same fucking season, and I'm not a fan of mid-season breaks. Like, don't fucking have a season if you can't fucking start it and finish it in one big fat dollop. You know, if you have to fucking split it for some reason, but just
Mid-season
still
breaks have been
film it and
around
all that.
forever.
I just find that so bizarre. Like, Like watching Star Trek and stuff like that as a kid. There's no fucking mid. They gave us 22 episodes with one big fat wallop. You know, there's no need to like hang around and like everything would come out on a yearly basis. No, like 2-3 years between seasons, which is what's going on now, which pisses me off. You know, and
Yeah,
then the
I
budgets are bigger and stuff like that, and there's more special effects and there's more on-site location filming instead of everything being done on stage like a lot of TNG was. But still, it's just bullshit. Man. It's fucking bullshit. Anyway,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, as I
so
said, I just you're right about this mid-season break. I feel like, especially it's only 6 episodes. Like I could see a mid-season break after 12 episodes, but like we're at like it's literally 6 and 6, and it's like really, guys, like we're really doing this,
yeah. Most powerful entities in DC fall, or I think maybe they fail entirely.
or maybe saying fall entirely, as in like the anti-life people, the anti-life zombies and deceased, like actually destroy all of the powerful entities like dark side and all that. Maybe, I don't know, the new gods, maybe. Yeah, he agrees with me. Yes, he said yes. So
Okay.
I don't know. I
Oh,
mean,
I mean,
so yeah,
you
what
should definitely mark this,
I did.
Ryan. No, Ryan should, even though he hasn't seen it. But yeah, you gave it a 4 out of 10. I mean, like last week, I said I gave this episode a 2 out of 10. Last week's episode, and you gave it a 3. So it's a slight improvement, but honestly, it's still below average.
I'm trying to remember what even friggin' happened last week. Oh, last week was the multiverse episode. That was
Yeah, that
just
was yeah.
that was just too.
Garth going, oh, I'm
Yeah,
falling backwards. Oh, in this green screen, I'm falling into the green screen. Oh, yeah, it's like fucking hell, mate.
yeah. I thought it was.
And then
I thought it was
and you
stupid
got
that
Anthony
they.
Joshua. Anthony's going, you're in the red. You're
Yeah.
in the red, Garfield, you're in the red. Like he's fucking in debt or something. You're
No,
in the
like he's in a
red.
business transaction. Your business is in the red. Oh, but
Oh,
now
they
it's the
don't die.
green. Now it's the green because it's your favorite color.
Yeah, yeah. They don't die, they turn. Oh, fair enough. So just
Uh,
finished that story, so it's fresh in my mind. Okay.
oh, you mean from reading it? Yeah, I say because it looked like it came out in 2019. But I mean, yeah, it's DC zombies. I mean, is what it is. I've never been a fan of zombies. I'm not a fan of Marvel zombies. I'm not a fan of DC zombies. I'm not a fan of zombies in general. I'm not even a fan of Resident
Well,
Evil. So
I'll tell you what I'm watching right now. I am currently watching a show I was going to review for this channel, but I've decided, for the sake of my sanity, not to. And I've only watched 2 episodes. I might go back to it. I'm not sure if I will, but that is True Lies. This show is based on the fantastic, world class action movie which stars Arnold Schwarzenegger and directed by the legendary James Cameron. I think it was the only time I think James Cameron ever made a movie that was truly fun, because a lot of his stuff is quite serious. When you look at the Terminator movies, Abyss,
Titanic.
Titanic, and even the Avatar films, they don't show as much fun as True Lies. True Lies is a superb movie, but this fucking series of True Lies, it is so shit.
I can't
It's
remember. Did
so
you say it was a
quirky.
sequel or is it a reboot?
It's its own thing. It's a reboot. Like they're kind of following a similar thing, but it's got that national treasure type of quirkiness,
Blandness
and it
to it.
makes me look. I want to say something, and please don't take this the wrong way, but I think when you Americans do humor, it's not as good as us, the Brits, but you guys are really good. You guys are really good at toilet humor. Yeah, you guys are really good at that. And some of the other stuff back in the day, like you were really good at, like the films like Aeroplane and Naked Gun and Hot Shots and stuff. Some of that sort of slapstick humor, but even that has gone to the wayside recently. Like slapstick is not as good as it used to be,
Yeah.
you know. And and unfortunately, this show, this series, is trying to do this quirky humor, and it makes me want to fucking kill myself. I want to smash my face on my table repeatedly to put me out of my misery watching this shit. It's like, just shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Give us some good quality action scenes. You know, like this quirkiness is just doing my fucking head in. You know, it really is.
Okay.
And yeah, and so it's a shame that a movie that was so fantastic has now been. I'm I don't mind like television shows replicating movies. It's a good for me. That's a good way of doing something which is not a remake, but it's different. But this is just a poor example of it. I'm not a look. I actually I'm sorry for going on this tangent here, but we were discussing in our Facebook group regarding remakes, and I actually believe that remakes should happen, but only with shit films. Like there's a lot of shit films that just didn't work out really well, and they deserve a remake. Like Green Lantern, remake Green Lantern. That was really shit. Give it another shot. But when you make something that's really good, like Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then you make a shit version with fucking Colin Farrell, like what the fuck were you doing? You didn't need to make a remake of an already excellent movie, like Psycho, the Anthony Perkins Psycho. You didn't need to fucking do another version of Psycho. You've got the original. You don't need to remake it. Like, why? I hate it when they remake films that are already good. Only remake films or TV shows that are shit because those things need to be remade because they are shit.
Yeah, but a lot of
Anyway,
a good remake, like or a remake of a good show will get a lot of buzz. Will they do it justice? Blah 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 blah. And that's the point. Is that that's all they want is they want those eyeballs. Like they want those
yeah, I
eyeballs.
agree. I
And I
agree.
mean, from a business perspective,
Clash of the Titans. Have you seen that? You've seen the original Clash of the Titans, 1982, Ray Harryhausen? My God, classic. Absolute classic. And then they do the fucking Sam Worthington remake. And I have to admit, it is fun, but it didn't need to be done. Let's read some comments here for fuck's sake.
I did.
Um,
I put them up there.
okay, so
We'll never achieve
never
that
achieved.
of Monty Python.
What
Lex, are you being
like, are
served?
you being served? Coupling UK is a whole other level here is compared to yeah Monty Python, mate. I mean, one of the greatest comic. I mean, look, I told you about the toilet humor and stuff like that. Like with Americans, one of my favorite comedies is an American movie, Blazing Saddles. I think Blazing Saddles is one of the greatest comedic films I've ever seen in my entire life. It does fourth wall breaking. It is so good. At the same time, there's another film which is right up there. There's Blazing Saddles is there, and there's another one which is at the same level, and that's The Life of Brian by Monty Python. That film is fucking hilarious, and it is very, very politically incorrect. But so is Blazing Saddles. But it is but you got British humor and you got American humor, and they're both at their peak, at their fucking peak. You know, yeah.
To cough cough Harry Potter TV
Yeah,
show.
yeah. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that now. I I I don't mind. I'm a little bit 50-50 on this because the books themselves they've been slimlined so you can fit a whole fat book into a 2 hour movie. But these books have so much content in them that you can make it into a TV show. You know, you can do the subplots and stuff and all of that sort of shit. So yeah, you can go down that route. So I'm curious how they would do that because obviously they want to make money out of Harry Potter again because there's a lot of money to be made from it. It's still a world that's very fascinating. You know, you pass the pattern. Okay, is it Batten? Isn't it with a B?
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, you're hosting now, so I pass the baton to you.
I might be. I've always watched it on BBC. That includes Canada. Ryan, oh yeah, you guys get a BBC, don't you? I know Americans love a bit of BBC. Oh, the yeah,
Those
that's
American
intentional.
women, they like it.
Oh, the Lex Wiki says UK, Canada, Germany now for sure. Like the actress who plays Mother Mayhem. She's a German actress. She was in a movie called Blow with Johnny Depp. She's also in a really, really good German movie called Run Lola Run. I highly recommend people watch that. It's like a German Tarantino. It is really fucking good. Yeah, watch it obviously with subtitles. It is fucking good. Um, yeah, so yeah, there's so much good content out there as well. So and by the way, I just want to show you one thing. I'm gonna get this. I'm dying to get this, by the way. Let me just post this in the chat. Um, we all buy stuff that costs a lot of money and it's a waste of money. I want this. I want this so fucking badly.
All right, hold on, Zam. I'll be right back. Okay.
No problem. Let me show you this. I'll post it on my. I'll share it on the screen. That look at that. That that is that's what life is all about. Yeah, it's worth £2,500, and that's just the basic model. This is a 43-inch screen, 4-player model because I want to play. I want to get me and my mates round and play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is only one of a handful of 4-player arcade games back then. You know, yeah, that would be really cool. And you can this this thing you can have like 2,500 games on it, or retro games, of course, or you can have like 9,000 games. Now I looked at the 9,000 game version, and a lot of the games are. Oh yeah, for sure. I've already like thought about places where I could squeeze this bad boy in, like. But just going back to the 9,000 games, like the 9,000 games are like Street Fighter 2 Ultra Edition, Championship Edition, Turbo Edition. I mean, like US version, Japanese version, European version. Like, like you don't need all these different versions. Like you can like you can just go for the 2,500 package and just get one version. You don't need a US version. You don't need a European version. You don't need a Japanese version. You just need one version. And let me show you. Like you can get one with like hyperspin. I don't really know what that is, but excuse me. You can get other things like you can get light guns with recoil for another £500. 2 light guns. And have you ever played Time Crisis? Time Crisis is such an awesome game. Like you go in there, you go action, and you hide behind cover, and you come out of cover. And then when you go into cover, you reload, and then you come out of cover, action, and you got to kill everyone within like 30 seconds. But if your time runs out, you got to put another fucking 25p in or a quarter or whatever. So but yeah, this is like this website, like this guy called Bitcade. He's got so many, like look at the gallery, like there's so many. um I mean, look at this, like this is like everything. Like this is like this is also a 4-player model, but like the screen is smaller. So this is 27-inch screen, and look, it's got light guns down here as well, so you can play some Duck Hunt or Time Crisis or whatever. And you got some classic models here too. Look, you got like this with 2 sticks, and you got these beer tables, like where you can play like whatever here. And there's other things as well. Like there's something which maybe you and the kids might like actually. Cheetah, if I can see if I can find it.
That would
Uh,
just probably sit at my house. I I'm not a huge arcade person. So I mean, I used to play Teenage
I
Mutant Ninja Turtles, the one that you were showing earlier. I used to play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the arcade, and also the X-Men one. But I don't I don't do arcades.
hold on, it's not on this site. I think it's another site. 1 second. I saw this really cool machine. um, damn it. Arcade machines. What was it? Liberty Games. Yeah, here we go. Where is it? I actually just saw it off here. I saw it. Here it is. This is it. This is the one.
It's like $400. I ain't paying $400 for that.
But look, it's a double machine. Look, it's see that you got either side, so
Mm-hmm.
you can play 2-player games, like proper 2-player games. It's so cool, you know. It comes with like a ton of games, you know. So that's what it kind of looks like this. Look at the screen; it looks really cool. Tekken 5, Tekken 6. Am I saying that correctly? Metal Slug, WWE. I'm not charging you today. You know, all these sort of things like, oh man, that'll be so cool. You know, you playing that with the kids or whatever. That's what I'm talking about, you know. So yeah, I want to get an arcade machine. That's what I want to waste my fucking money on right now. I want to be the first to slap a sticker on the side, of course. Yeah, that'd be one hell of an unboxing video. You're telling me. Yeah, they have stuff like that at Dave and Buster's. Dave and Buster's, good old Dave and Buster's. You know, I remember those guys way back in Narm on my second tour. It would be cool, no lie. You're damn right. And I think I mentioned earlier about the beers and snacks. Well, I, as many people know about me, one of the things I like to do in my spare time is to play poker. And I haven't hosted a poker game in a while, but I might host one soon. I've been going to my friend's house recently to be playing poker again. But if I next time I host a poker game, I want this arcade machine in my house. I've got a couple of old bits of furniture and tables I'm happy to throw away now because they're just wasting space downstairs in my house, and put a nice 43-inch 4-player fucking bad boy. I want to play things like WrestleFest, Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja. You know what I mean? Snow Brothers. Oh my god! You know all these classic games. You know, Final Fight. Oh my good, Streets of Rage. Obviously, Street Fighters and Mortal Kombat's playing all of those as well. Ryan Joel says my brother and I beat a house of the Dead Light game, and oh yeah, I remember that. Drew a crowd, it was epic. Couldn't even put our initials in because our mum drug us out. Oh, drag us out, I think you meant to say, for being late for the mall curbside. Yeah, well, parents, they're like that, aren't they, man? You know what I mean? Just when you're looking really cool, they come in and make you look square. So, all right, I think we're done here, my son. I think we're done here. Sorry for tangenting the fuck out of this, but talking about other shit is way more interesting than talking about the fucking shit that is Titans. It really is, you know. So, yeah. You want to? Yeah. Anyway, I'll pass it back to you. Sign this off.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you very much for joining us. If you care, leave a comment down below about this episode of Titans, or just leave a comment down below about Zam, what Zam spends his money on now that he doesn't buy extracurriculars. It's because he just likes to buy lots and lots of fun stuff, which is always great. You should see his Mandalorian helmet. It's a lot of fun. The armor's helmet, actually. It's a lot of fun.
No.
But yeah, so with all that being said, please everyone consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to NerdTube. We are the greatest YouTube channel you kind of maybe sort of heard of. We will catch you in the next one. Tomorrow is kind of touch and go from what I understand with Ginger's Friday night breakdowns or whatever. I mean, it's well, we've got it set up. I don't know. We might reschedule it to Saturday, is what Ginger was kind of saying. Also, next week is May the 4th, so we'll be figuring out what we're doing for that. And next week we've just got more. We just got more stuff like fan films and everything like that. So, yeah. With all that being said, Zam, you got anything else to add before we head on out?
No, but I look forward to seeing you guys again in the future, wherever that future may be.
All right, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.